You'll be captain of the women's team. I'll be captain of the men's team.
Okay.
We'll give our adult perspective on it, which is going to relate to them also at some point in time. But you said something very important. No, you said something important. I want you to say it again, because I'm gonna try to explain it. I'm gonna explain it to them. Yeah, what you talking about? You said women's team kind of.
Oh, he said
what was your general?
mind readers,
Not mind readers. That's a very good question, or a very good observation.
Over there.
So you can't. In other words, you can't figure them out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna say to this. Take it from a guy who's been with the same woman for like 16 years. At some point, even as a young boy, growing up, after a while, I started thinking that all women were crazy. That's how I started thinking. Now, getting a little bit more involved in it, they would say women are emotional beings, right? Mm-hmm. Now, to be respectful of that, or you have to kind of understand their bodies, this is more technical stuff, their bodies go through a lot of hormonal changes. Yes, do you understand that?
Yes.
Agree, disagree? Hormonal changes causes sometimes for you to, and it's not acting crazy, it's just you're being emotional. As some guys who are not sometimes attached to being emotional will look at that as being a little bit crazy. So it's just like, what? How did we get to this? Like, I'm just talking about this, and now you're talking about this. You do have to understand that we do speak different languages, but it's also about trying to communicate as best as possible, as respectful as possible. Because that's one thing I definitely noticed, that a lot of the women and guys, like the respect factor is just like zero. Like zero. But to me, what's going on over here?
That's your ladies. They're rehearsing their voice.
Oh, they're rehearsing. All right, close that door, so I don't get distracted. My thoughts. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make an extra effort to be sympathetic towards what they're going through, and just be a little bit more understanding.
And more patient.
And more, yeah, you're going to need a lot of patience. A lot of patience. Now, on the flip side, she could also probably say that dealing with men, you need a lot of patience for that too, because honestly, men don't mature till they're about 40.
Yeah.
Because they're like kids through the whole thing. Like, I'm pretty sure some ladies will look at the guys and go, he is so immature. and they even said it, if you look it up, man, guys don't mature until like they're really like older, because their brain is just on a whole different. Now also to that, I will say women need to kind of, if you ever watch guys in their elements, which is like if they're talking about sports or something like that, men could learn a lot from that. And what I mean by that, like guys they kind of just want to have a good time. They just want to have fun. It's not that serious. They just want to have a good time. They get together with guys. You ever see when guys get together? They're like, yo, man, oh. You know, everything is just kind of boys and that kind of thing. And women still kind of looking at us like.
So with them, there's always an instant camaraderie.
Yeah.
Because when the boys get together, they behave a certain way than when they're alone. And that, the immaturity level was like...
Oh, honey, that's going to keep going until you get into adulthood.
I told him that.
It ain't going to change. And just as long as you don't take it personal, just understand that they're growing too. And the way they are today is not how they're going to be in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal.
Oh.
If a guy really likes you, he's going to make time for you. He's going to call you. He's going to talk to you. He's going to hang out with you. He's going to respect you. And he's not going to be afraid to talk about other people around you. And that's all that's important. As long as he respects you, he's kind to you. Later, they're like, oh, snap. Or like a week later, they're like, dang, I done told this girl I wanted to date her, and man, but Shawty over there looking kind of good, and Shawty over there looking kind of good too. You know, so take responsibility for your own actions. Do your best, and you can only count on that. and the universe will bring the right person to you.
There you go.
Simple.
Will be available.
Headache, rhythm. Simple.
Yeah, another thing too for the fellas, I would say from this point forward, exercise honesty. Only because you don't want to become that guy. Like you're either going to be the honest guy or you're going to be the liar. Once you become the liar, your credibility is shot. So just keep that in mind.
There's going to be some people that's going to be there, and there's going to be some people that's going to be there and then do you wrong.
That honesty, even if it hurts for a minute, trust me, it's going to hurt a minute, but that liar stuff, it hurts a long time.
I used to tell my ex all the time, please, by all means, if he used to not tell me the truth, or he'll tell me like half a lie, like a white lie. And I would be like, you know, you helped the sister out better if you like told me the truth. And then I was like, got myself ready, you know what I'm saying, for the disappointment coming.
Right.
And I had to tell him that because you don't want anyone to lie to you, and you here thinking it's all fine and dandy, whatever the case may be. So just be honest, guys. Be patient with the girls. They're emotional creatures. It's okay to be sensitive, but they're also learning how to moderate it. So just be patient with your girlfriends if you have issues. And if it's not working, do you?
Y'all got girlfriends? And don't
The one in the
lie.
red shirt got a
Don't
girlfriend.
lie.
You ain't got no girlfriend? He just looked like the type that would like
Yeah,
have a girlfriend, treat her good.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, you do. You look like a very mature young man.
I said the same
How old
thing about
are you? 17? You 16? You what? None of y'all got girlfriends? Right. In this day and age, I'm a big girl. Like, these young men are not stressing on girls right now. They trying to get their bread.
And we need to get our bread up too.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about it is the women are the same, but the difference between the women and the men is the women are doing it for security for themselves because of the experiences that they've seen with other women in their life. Whereas the men, the boys are a little bit different. They're doing it to get their stuff together so they can do this. You know?
Who has boyfriends? They're not going to tell us.
She got a girlfriend. She got a boyfriend on the couch. She's going through it right now.
Don't put her up.
So everybody here is single?
Single.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting.
Everybody single? Everybody?
Y'all still say
Everybody?
y'all still say that? We talking?
What is talking to you?
Talking means that it ain't no.
You are. So you guys are just in the getting to know each other process. So y'all haven't even been out like on one date. You're just talking, just only talking.
No, that's dating too.
I don't know. I just call it. I don't call it talking. I know that term.
No, seriously, this is, I hope you really all right. Okay, so, I don't know my age, I'm 36. So with that being said, I'm going through it right now with that. I'm going to be real with y'all, I'm going to disclose a little info. So, I'm going through it right now, whereas I was dating the guy. In my head, I wasn't talking to him. But he's like, we're dating. In the back of my head, I'm like, okay, what's the difference between the two? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's how I feel.
All right, cool. Okay. So now talking.
To me, talking is we're just talking, just that. Like we're getting to know each other. Dating is once the next level after talking, we're a bit more comfortable. We're spending like actual time together. And then after dating, there's the, if you want to go into the title, then that's boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing. I think it's that. Yeah, and you gotta ask me out. I'm gonna have to ask you out.
I'm really missing out on the set. I'm really missing out on the set.
Listen, I like that. I believe that you should be courted. There's nothing wrong. That doesn't mean that a girl can't approach a guy. Because my mom taught me, you see him, you like him, you want him, go get him. There's nothing wrong with that. But I believe that that should be courted. I like that a girl should be able to a guy should be able to
court the girl, and then get to know me. Everybody's so rushed right now. I met you last Monday, and already Instagram, my boo, my babe, and whatever. Like, seriously, it's only been a week. I don't even know your last name. I know nothing about you. I don't know enough about you to make a decision like, all right, I can see this person in my life. I can bring him around my friends or family or whatever. No. And then another thing is you don't meet anybody that's important to me until you become important to me. I'm not bringing you around friends. I'm not bringing you around family. Definitely not bringing you around my daughter, because you have to prove to me that you're worthy of being in my world. Right now, we're just talking. We have conversations. I'm wanting to make mine. I like to, see how you're thinking, the things that come out your mouth, and I let you slide every now and then because nobody's perfect. So I don't place a judgment. Oh, because he said this or he said that. Sometimes it depends on the situation, and I'll watch and I'll listen, and after that, you got to ask me out. You have to ask me out. If I can, and if it's to the point where I really feel like, I'm really into this guy, I'm not going to wait. I might ask you out.
Let me ask this.
Wait, I don't do that. My mom taught me that when I was.
I'm just curious. If the guy asked you to go to the movies, is that, if he says, let's hang out, let's go to the movies, is that hanging out or is that a date?
That's a hangout. No. Why?
That is my date.
Let me rephrase that. That ain't a hangout. That's we chilling.
Oh.
It's still on this. No.
So that's just hanging out. Okay, now by the third hangout, we're just hanging out until.
Couple mean too. You confusing.
Wait a minute. I think what she means by that is what she was trying to say. It depends how you act.
Not doing anything. Want to hang out at the beach?
Yeah, that's hanging out. It's the tone.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys ain't thinking about all that. They just trying to get you there. They not thinking. There's too much to think about. It's giving me a headache just thinking about it. It's too much. Like we hang out.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask the fellas. I need to know the fellas what they thinking about.
Hey.
So if you ask a girl to hang out, so by the time you get but doesn't it mean by the time you get to the third one, you kind of like hanging out with this person?
Yeah,
so
but you can like hanging out with somebody and still be the friend zone.
But after the third or the fourth, if you feel that way, you should let that person know. Okay, we're not just hanging out anymore. We're
kind of like you, man. Fun to hang out.
You need to because she's thinking, hey, we're just vibing.
Exactly.
And you're thinking, okay.
I hope you're not thinking, I'm getting a free meal out of this. That does happen.
Okay, you know what?
She said, "Who's paying?"
We have a question.
That's a good question.
And I did want to address that too.
Yeah, hold on.
She says, "Who's paying?"
That's a date. No, we go to the movies. I go to the movies.
No, just hang out.
We can't hear you.
If we go to the movies, I pay for myself, you pay for yourself. We're not dating.
No, definitely not.
We're hanging out. Like, I went to the movies, I saw you. Hi.
Right, we're just hanging out.
If we go to somewhere else and you pay for me, I mean, thank you, but that's still cool.
Hold on. And this is what the guys were trying to get at earlier, because I think one of them touched it. This is my thing. If you ask me out, and like I said, if you ask me out, like it's been a whole week, and you tell me I'm coming on Friday at 7:00, I'm assuming that, well, since he's got the date and the time, he has an idea. You might not have had anything planned yet, but you had the whole week to get ready. Don't wait till we get there and like split the bill or ask me. But I feel like if you ask me out, you should pay. And if I ask you out, I will pay. That's me. No, I don't ask you out if I don't have money. Okay, but guess what? Even if he asks me out, I always carry my money. Because you're not about to leave me stranded nowhere. You're not about to leave me with the bill. Right, but exactly. I be quick. I'm when the waiter comes with the bill, I'm almost ready to be like, okay, you can split that. Can I have mine? I'm watching you. What? I mean, a date could be anywhere. A date could be a movie. A date could be out to eat. A date could be roller skating. A date could be at the park, at the picnic. A date could be anything. You make it. Well, how you gonna get to know the person? You need to be on the mic because nobody can hear you. If you don't spend time to talk to the person and how do you get to know them? How do we come from chilling to dating? How do you get there? Okay, that involves talking. That's sitting down. We're talking. I'm kind of bougie. I need to see how you eat at a table because I don't want you like being a pig. You can pig out and not be a pig. You understand? I pay attention to all. I don't care if your shoes are Gucci or if they're from the dollar store. I don't care about that. I care about what's here and how you carry yourself. Yeah, you can be. Listen, you can be clean. You can be clean. It's not the price tag. You can put anything together and look clean and presentable. You have to be clean and presentable. Faith, you got to turn around so I can see you, honey. You have to be clean and presentable always. That is major. But what I'm saying is it doesn't happen. This isn't during the commitment, during the actual relationship.
Oh.
So this is during the relationship and they realize that it's not what they wanted or something, or?
No, they just start doing their own thing without communicating it.
Look, if he starts doing his own thing without communicating, don't stress it. You do you. And when I say, and no, hold on. When I say do you, I don't mean being disrespectful and going outside of your agreement, whatever your agreement is. When I say do you, I mean live your life. Because I'm gonna tell you, whether you're young or you're older, it is important to have your own private time and to live your life. Yes, if you are under your partner's arm, cooped up under them every day, 24/7, honey, it ain't gonna last.
Right.
Because you're not giving yourself enough room to individually grow as a person. So it is highly important that you admire the fact that he wants to have other time. Now, if he going to have another time and you see him hanging out with this girl, and posting pictures and oh, this my boo, oh, this not, then that's disrespect. But if he say, yo, I'm playing ball, or he didn't even tell you, and you call and say where you at, and he say, oh, I'm playing ball, we kicking it with da 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 da, and you hear girls in the background, don't trip about it. Just be like, all right, cool. See you when I see you. You go about your business. Guess what? When you go about your business, not only are you being productive for yourself and stirring up good positive energy, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're showing him that, you know what? She's not all over me. Guys don't like a girl all over him. Guys like his ego stroked, but he does not like him not having his own private. Am I not correct?
Only the insecure guy likes that.
When you wanna play video games or you wanna go play ball, it's either she in or she out, right? Leave me alone. Let me do me. Ain't that correct? Okay. Is you in or you out?
Yeah.
But what Faith was saying, when you do something, like if you're not treating the girl right, just could think about your daughter. It's not even just your daughter, your sister.
But sometimes they don't even know they're treating the girl right or wrong. Sometimes it's a character trait.
That's true.
Sometimes it's a character trait or sometimes it's an action that was learned from their home or from a circle they kept. You cannot use everything a person does and use it against them. You got to find out why. That's why it's important to know the person before you dive in a relationship, because then now you know how to balance it out. Our responsibility as women is, we are earth. Our responsibility as women is to balance it out. Our responsibility to our partner is to make sure that we maintain his sanity. Your responsibility is to love her and make her feel content, so she's strong enough to deal with you when you are at your worst. Because growing up in America as a black man,
pay attention, please, guys.
Growing up in America as a black man is not easy.
Right.
Then you got to deal with the hating ass chicks. That ain't easy either. Because there's girls out there that are very superficial, especially out here, that will get you all tied up thinking that they like you, take all your money, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So just know that in order for it to be balanced, he has to be balanced. In order for him to be balanced, you got to make sure that you balance your emotions. It's okay for him to want his time. It's okay for you to want your time.
You should want your time. Because you need to know, if you're always hanging around somebody, then you become that person's shadow. You have no individuality. You're not even going to know who you are. Because pretty much I'm always doing what he likes. Well, why are you going, oh, he likes, he likes, he wants, he likes. What about you? You stop knowing what you want, what you like. You don't even know your true self anymore. So it is a good thing to always spend some time by yourself or with your girlfriends. If a person is always trying to keep you secluded from everyone else, that person got a problem. Run.
4 years of that, I know it.
Run. That person is probably abusive.
Leave her or leave him. Trust me. 4 years I dealt with that.
They're trying to.
And it took me 6-7 years to get out of depression.
Yeah, because when you give somebody 4 years of your time,
Investing
a
your
long
time.
The worst abuse any person can do to someone is emotional. Physical has no comparison to emotion. When you get scratched, not making any of it right, none of it is right. An abuse period is wrong. But you can heal faster physically. Emotionally, that's internal. When you have surgery, the doctor tells you 6 months or more, 3 months or more until you heal because it's internal. It takes time. Especially if emotion is what moves us. If emotion is what moves us, it takes time. It's very deep. So if somebody is belittling you, somebody is saying something and you can't well know that your intuition, the gift that God gave you, intuition. If you know in your heart that don't ride with me, you let them know, look, I don't understand what you're saying. Why you saying it to me like this? Let me understand what you're saying right now. And if it don't make no sense, you stick to your intuition and keep it moving. If that person don't want you hanging out with this person, and taking up all your time, oh man, with that person, oh well, that person, he ain't got nothing good to say but about himself. Yep. He ain't the one for you either. He's self-centered and selfish.
I was in a relationship, and this guy didn't know my friends, but he heard
my dreams, which I've been with for like 16 years. You know what really helps? To have a wish list. Like a vision, kind of like your vision of, this is what I would like my guy to be. Not that you're going to make him into that, but it's always good to go into something having an idea like, okay, just letting you know up front. And you can tell the guys too. You're like, okay, listen, I'm not into this, I'm not into that. If I see one side of that, wow. So it's really good to go into something knowing exactly what it is that you want. Like, I want a guy to treat me this way, I would like this, I would like that. If he doesn't fit that, if like you don't want to say it to him, to his face, just mentally take note of that. It's like, okay, if they're not meeting this, they gotta go. Same thing with guys. If you feel like, okay, this girl is way out there, like she's just cray. Then as soon as she hits, like if she's a little cray, you're like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then it's like when she becomes cray, then you're like, okay, yeah, she gotta go, because then she's gonna make your life miserable. So it's really good to know, like, that this is the kind of girl I would like. Or even if you see somebody on TV, like, hey, she seems nice, I would like a young lady like that. Put that in your head. If she doesn't fit it, then you just keep it moving.
Best advice I ever got from, I was raised without father. I lived with my father for 2 years. So my outlook on men is not that. It's just, I was a tomboy my whole life. So I'm what they call an alpha male. Sorry. So, but the best advice that I ever got was know how to separate your wants from your needs.
Yes, that's very important.
Straightforward, you can't get no better than that. What you want, what you need. If you ain't giving me what I want and what I need,
That's how you weigh it out. You know, what is the wants, what is the needs? Are you doing the things that I listed? Is that what I want or is that what I need?
You gotta get the needs met first.
Right. So you can have a fine model type guy with a great body, with the best personality, with money, a nice car, a nice house, to take you traveling, spoil the hell out of you. Every day you come and go on a date with him, he got a new outfit for you on the bed. I mean, he takes you get your nails done, spa, all that stuff. You can have all of that. But that may not, that's just the external part of it. So just know how to separate your wants and needs.
And like I say, you do actually have to sit down and think about, what do you need? What do you need? You have to actually know it, because if you don't know, then you're just going to take anything. And anything comes with a price. I really wanted to talk about etiquette because I see people on the phones. And like I was saying, Miami is like #1 of the rude. People are talking.
My dreams, which I've been with for like 16 years, you know what really helps? To have a wish list. Like a vision, kind of like your vision of, this is what I would like my guy to be. Not that you're going to make him into that, but it's always good to go into something, having an idea like, okay, I'm just letting you know up front. And you can tell it to the guy too. You're like, okay, listen, I'm not into this, I'm not into that. If I see one side of that, wow. So it's really good to go into something knowing exactly what it is that you want. Like, I want a guy to treat me this way, I would like this, I would like that. If he doesn't fit that, if like you don't want to say it to him, to his face, just mentally take note of that. It's like, okay, if they're not meeting this, they gotta go. Same thing with guys. If you feel like, okay, this girl is way out there, like she's just cray. Then as soon as she hits, like if she's a little cray, you're like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then it's like, when she becomes cray, then you're like, okay, yeah, she gotta go. Because then she's gonna make your life miserable. So it's really good to know, like, that this is the kind of girl I would like. Or even if you see somebody on TV, like, hey, she seems nice, I would like a young lady like that. Put that in your head. If she doesn't fit it, then you just keep it moving.
Best advice I ever got from, I was raised without a father. I lived with my father for 2 years. So my outlook on men is not that. It's just, I was a tomboy my whole life. So I'm what they call an alpha male. Sorry. So, but the best advice that I ever got was know how to separate your wants from your needs.
Yes, that's very important.
Straightforward, you can't get no better than that. What you want, what you need. If you ain't giving me what I want and what I need, that's how you weigh it out. You know, what is the wants, what is the needs? Are you doing the things that I listed? Is that what I want or is that what I need?
You gotta get the needs met first.
Right. So you can have a fine model type guy with a great body, with the best personality, with money, a nice car, a nice house, to take you traveling, spoil the hell out of you. Every day you come and go on a date with him, he got a new outfit for you on the bed. I mean, he takes you get your nails done, spa, all that stuff. You can have all of that. But that may not, that's just the external part of it. So just know how to separate your wants and needs.
And like I say, you do actually have to sit down and think about, what do you need? What do you need? You have to actually know it, because if you don't know, then you're just going to take anything. And anything comes with a price. I really wanted to talk about etiquette because I see people on the phones. And like I was saying, Miami is like #1 of the rude. People are talking.
And I was like, girl, you know, what do you guys do here? She told me, can I have an application to go? She's like, you can't take it. You have to do it here. So I was like, oh, I'm not even properly dressed. How do I? She's like, that's okay. Fill out, you know, there's no interviews today anyway. So I was like, okay. I filled out the application. And I was like, oh, I don't have my resume, but I don't live far. Can I run? So I was literally like 2 minutes from my job. Went, dressed, came back. And she's like, oh, you changed? I said, I don't know. You never know. So I filled out the application. And then just talking to her, and there were 3 other people there. I was just talking to them, and I took a chance. I said, can I be interviewed today? She's like, no, you have to schedule an appointment. And I just made a joke. I said, I'm not leaving here until somebody interviews me. And he was like, a joke. And she's like, are you serious? I said, well, if I can be interviewed today, that'll be great. They didn't even ask for my resume, but I made sure I had it. They were like, no, you can. When you come back, you bring it. I said, you attach it to my application. I'll bring another one for the interview. Just like that, talking. And while I was there, the person that was supposed to come, I said, I'll wait. I've done what I had to do. Let me give it an hour or so. I had nothing else to do really, but I just make it seem like I was busy. I said, I can afford an hour. So I sat there, and then the call came through. Seriously, I just acted like I had something to do. Then the call came through, and she's like, oh, you're so lucky. The person canceled. Our next appointment canceled. Would you want the... I said, that's what I'm here for. I had no idea the lady that was sitting next to me that I was talking to and kiki, cuckoo, whatever with, she's like the top hiring manager. She's not the one that interviews me. She's the last interview. She's the one that says yes or no. She's the one that decides how much you get paid. And she was just sitting there in some jeans and some flip-flop. And I'm just talking to her, relaxing. Then I get the interview. She had already hired me that I didn't even know. When I got to the second person to interview, I just happened to, like, she dropped the pencil and I saw the paper. It said, big red, hire her now. I didn't even, all they had was my name, nothing. I didn't even answer the questions. So basically the interview was just really to make it seem like an interview. But she had already passed the paperwork back there. She said, hire her now, big red letters, just for my, when I asked, she's like, because the way you were. You came in here, you had a great attitude, you were polite, you spoke to everyone, you engaged, you gave eye contact. Those things are very important.
Give you my story. Same story, too. I had a story where a friend of mine invited me to a birthday party. I shouldn't even say the word friend, because I just met this guy. So he invited me to his son's birthday party. And all I did, he said, I want to introduce you to this guy. He introduced me to this guy. He happened to be a well-known musician. I'm going to make this really quick because I know that ADD is going to start kicking in. So anyway, basically, he introduced me to this guy. Guy liked my attitude, took me on tour. That's it. It's that simple. I like your attitude. I'm going to tell you, he didn't even have a keyboard player in his band. He just, I like your attitude. Next thing you know, I'm touring for free. 5-star hotels. He didn't even hear me play. Just, I just like your attitude. Boom, next thing you know, I'm traveling all over. I'm just saying, it goes a long way. You know, somebody who comes in and goes, hey, how you doing? And somebody's just like, yeah.
Whatever. And you're just not, you're just like, kind of like peekaboo.
She has her moments.
Yeah. She's just, I don't know. It's just a lot. You're
Couch crew, that's my favorite over there.
Like, you're like making people underestimate you.
I just love that crew over there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but let them underestimate you. Don't give them a reason to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not trying to come into full potential. I feel like you got a lot more in you to say. I think I just see a lot of. And I'm right? You see it too. She's got like a lot of intelligence going on, and it's kind of like oozing, but she's just like wiping it away, kind of thing.
Everybody is aware that we can all learn from each other, right? We can learn what to do, we can learn what not to do. Yeah, I don't want to be like that guy, or I don't want to be like that girl. Or he said, man, that girl got a lot of information, but if you have any information, share it.
Whatever.
That will happen.
There's always a know-it-all, you know. No, I'm not trying to throw no shade. I'm just saying, like, if you're a know-it-all and you're talking to someone who's not interested, it's like you're wasting your breath.
Oh, you mean not know-it-all then? You mean if you're knowledgeable and the person doesn't want to?
Yeah.
Because know-it-all has a different meaning than knowledgeable.
No, they just know enough. They just know enough.
Yeah, you're saying it. You're saying it.
That's true. I mean, the world is like that anyway. You're going to have your category of people who are a little bit on the ignorant side and some people who are knowledgeable. You know, you're going to have categories. That's just the way it is.
And there's necessarily nothing wrong with ignorant as long as you
if you choose it, I think that's a problem. Yeah. But if you don't choose it, you're just not in the know.
If you're fixing it, you're working on it. Because I'm ignorant on a lot of things. I just told you I don't know nothing about shoes. Maybe because I don't care. I know, oh, I like it. I went to buy her some shoes. They were like, you want Harachi, something. I was like, what? I don't know. And the guy, he told me two mark, something. I was like, oh my gosh, just pick pick the color and that's it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But if you don't know something,
don't be afraid
you have to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Help me. If that person laughs at you, that's their problem. Keep on moving until you find somebody. I'm never ashamed to say I don't know something. And the minute you tell me you don't know, that tells me something about you. That doesn't say anything about me. That tells me about you. Oh, okay. That means that person who's laughing at you probably doesn't even know themselves. Or what they think they know could be way off. So you're just like, oh, okay. Move on to somebody else. And you're going to find plenty of people who are going to appreciate that in you. And they're going to be like, really, you want to know? Here, read this. You're going to have so much information. It's going to be like overload. But you can't walk around like you know. If you don't know, just, I don't know.
That's true. You look even worse.
Yeah. Unless you can answer with the, nonsense, but be confident about it. Like, yeah, but it's all